Hello and a very warm welcome. Let's talk Valtteri Bottas, number 77. Dominated the Turkish Grand Prix. But yeah, if Valtteri Bottas was like that every weekend, he would be a Mercedes driver. There's a reason Valtteri is leaving Mercedes and going to Alfa Romeo, because he's simply not good enough. It's what a contrast. He absolutely dominated the Turkish Grand Prix. Led every single lap, fastest lap, looked in control. And this is a Valtteri Bottas who is usually quite poor in wet conditions. Yet he absolutely dominated. He was world class on Sunday. Now, if we see that Valtteri Bottas every weekend, I would say he'd be fighting for the World Championship. But you look, this is what I mean, and the title speaks for itself. Valtteri Bottas, too inconsistent for me. By the time the season's over, he'll have been there 5 years. He's averaging 2 wins a year in a dominant Mercedes. So for me, he's very inconsistent. There's no doubting he was world class at Turkey. Just world class. If Valtteri Bottas was like that every weekend, then wow, we would have a driver on our hands. But he can't do it week in, week out. Take Russia, for example, the week before. Rolling round in 14th. It starts raining, he gets a bit lucky, good strategy, 5th place. And then you would have fancied Max at Turkey. But Bottas, he was superb. He really was. He showed his class on Sunday. This is a guy who spun 5 times at Turkey in 2020 in wet conditions. Yet he comes back and dominates. He was actually outstanding. It was like a world champion's drive, but Bottas will not be world champion. That could be his last Formula 1 win. Because he's not going to win in Alfa Romeo. Yeah. He's just too inconsistent, Valtteri Bottas. There's a quality driver there. There's a good driver there. There's just not an elite level driver. He can do it now and again when the pressure's off. Lewis wasn't there. He delivered. But he can't do it week in, week out. That is Bottas's biggest downfall, I would say. He's far too inconsistent to not have won a race till the 16th round as well. 177, Valtteri Bottas, third. He's looking like he's going to finish third in the drivers, but he finds himself quite far behind Lewis. You would say Lewis, call it 257. 80 points behind. Now, of course, Valtteri has had his fair share of bad luck, but we're judging him over 5 years. And he's very inconsistent. Don't be surprised in USA if he's dawdling down in 5th or something. Because this is Valtteri Bottas. It seems to be a theme. He wins, he's dominant, he's world class. And then we'll go to USA and he'll be off the pace in 5th. Yeah. To be a world champion, you got to be consistent. You got to be finishing on the podium. On the podium. You have a bad day, you've got to be on the podium. There's no doubting Valtteri Bottas is a good driver. He's just not elite level. He's far too inconsistent. And that is why he's being dropped. And that is why he's not fought for a title since being at Mercedes. He's never got close to the title. But, I don't want to put a downer on it. He was absolutely world class at Turkey. Can't fault his performance. It was 10 out of 10. And we gave him 10. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on Bottas. For me, I stand by what I say. He's a good driver. He's just not elite level. And he's far too inconsistent. Adios, amigos.